Hey blockheads, this is DJ AK from NK Airplay Radio, and if you love what the My So-Called Whatever podcast crew is doing, check us out too. NK Airplay is an online radio station playing all your favorite hits from the 80s and 90s, especially the ones from those boys in the band, New Kids on the Block. Listen to artists like Boyz II Men, Debbie Gibson, Tiffany, boy bands, girl bands, and many more. We play artists that are associated with or who inspired the New Kids on the Block, plus some of the artists that inspired us while we were growing up. Check us out on social media at NK Airplay Radio. And download the Live 365 app for your iPhone or Android phone and listen today.
Friends forever, that's what we are. Through the thick and the thin, we're friendship stars. We're banger main buddies from the days of old. We laugh, cry, and hug, friendship solid gold. My so-called whatever started a year ago. We share our stories and your stories were told. 80s, 90s memories that give us glee. And on the block party shows, NKOTB. Now our friendship circle has grown by far. Hashtag friends forever, that's what we all are. Boom. And if you don't know, now you know. My so-called whatever for life. Hashtag MSCW. Hashtag friends forever. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Brooke.
Hi.
How are you?
Great.
It is
Good.
Wednesday.
Good.
It's Wednesday.
It is Wednesday. Oh, I keep thinking it's Thursday.
It's Wednesday. Guess what tomorrow is? It's our Zoom chat.
Oh, right. I'm like, it's April 30th.
It's gonna be I'm wearing my shirt tomorrow.
It's gonna be I'm
wearing my shirt to the Zoom.
Cool.
Yep. It's gonna be
I
awesome.
don't know what I'm gonna wear to the Zoom. I'm just gonna wear a t-shirt.
Yeah, I'm gonna wear my It's Gonna Be My t-shirt.
It'll be fun.
Yeah. I wore that shirt. I've only worn the shirt a very few amount of times, and one of the last times that I wore it was when we went to see Joey Fatone.
Joey Fatone.
I know, Joey Fatone. What?
I miss him.
You're glowing right now, by the way, and I'm looking.
I just turned the brightness up on my phone so you can see me.
You look tan.
It's just the room and the lighting.
Oh, well, it looks like you've been on a beach.
I wish.
Me too.
Maybe it's this Madison Reed hair color, not sponsored.
I was going to say, it looks really good.
I feel like it looks the same.
It's dark.
See, I don't think it looks that dark. But I think it is a good match to my natural hair color, which I guess was the point.
Yeah.
I took the little quiz.
Oh, okay.
And it told me what color to order, and I was like, well, I'll go with the professional opinion here.
Yeah. Did you like it?
Do I think it's worth 3 times the cost of like a box one from like Target? No.
Okay.
That being said, they give you a barrier cream.
Mm-hmm.
The packaging is lovely.
Mm-hmm.
The gloves they give you are grand.
Okay.
And
so it's an upscale box.
It is, and I paid like $26 for it shipped.
Okay.
That was with a discount code though. But the barrier cream that they give you to put on your skin, so you don't get like the stuff.
Yeah.
Smells amazing.
Really.
I wish I knew. I wish I could get more of it.
That's how I always felt after, because I dyed my hair a lot in high school and box dyed. I always felt that way about like the conditioner that would come with the hair dye. I'd always want it it would always
why don't
smell
they just
so
sell
good.
it?
Yeah,
sell that in a big bottle.
Yeah, and maybe they did, and I didn't realize it. But
I will say that the shampoo and conditioner that came with it does smell very good. That I know that they sell on their website.
Oh.
I know I won't be buying it, but I know that they sell it.
So today I looked at myself in the mirror.
And
I am very, very gray. Well, it's not gray because here's the thing. It's completely white because Bryn looked at my hair and she's like, oh my word, those aren't gray. Those are white strands of hair. And I said, I know. That's what I've been trying to tell people. Like, they're just completely like unpigmented. They're just stark white.
I can't see them.
It's all through. It's like it's everywhere. That's the thing is, it's not like I guess the cool thing about it is not like in a patch. It's like all through. So I have like salt and pepper hair.
Oh.
Yeah.
I have like I have a thing right here.
Oh, you do?
Yes. It's like a little wing.
Oh.
That's where my gray is. That's pretty much the only place where it is right here.
I've got it like all throughout. So it's like if I were to, I would have like salt and pepper hair.
Interesting.
Yeah.
See, it's interesting to hear how our friends are gray and how we all differ from each other.
But it's completely white. Like the strands of hair are completely white.
Yeah. So my little thing right here is completely white.
Yeah.
And I want it to be. Was it you that I was talking to about this like last week?
I don't think so.
We want it to be like fashionable. I want it to be fashionable, like Stacy.
Yes, we were talking about this. Yes.
I hope that it comes in that way, but I'll never know because I always color it.
Yeah.
But it's like the baby hairs.
Yeah.
So they don't grow long.
There's a really neat Instagram hashtag. I think it's called Grombe, like gray ombre.
Yeah.
And it's like all people like embracing their gray.
Oh.
And just like letting it go. And it's really neat. Though I'm just not ready to embrace my gray because I feel like it really ages me. So I'm not ready. I will be someday, but not right
That's
now.
the thing. We all have our own like comfort levels.
Yeah.
With it. Like I work with a girl who has gray hair. She is like around our age.
Yeah. She
does not color her hair. I don't think she's ever colored her hair. Or maybe like back like a long time, like in the 90s she used to.
Mm-hmm.
But she just doesn't, and she's like, I'm cool with it. And it's like it's like all like just like peppered throughout.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't have a ton, but it's definitely there. And she's like, I just let it go. And I'm like, that's cool. And maybe I'd feel differently if I had never really colored my hair.
That's the thing. Like I like going to like, okay, so the salon for me is not like I don't relax there.
Oh, I don't either.
I wouldn't consider it. I consider the after product self-care, I guess, not the like going to the salon part. I mean, it is enjoyable because I'm good friends with my hairstylist.
Right.
I'm really good friends with her, so it's nice to catch up with her and stuff like that. But like for me, it's a long process. Like I'm usually there like 2.5 hours. So,
right. It's like a task.
Right. But the after product is so worth it to me. Like the after product, I feel so good afterwards that I love it. Like it makes me feel good. It's kind of like a good tan. Like I'm not going to tan. I'll get a spray tan. I've been spraying myself. But like that makes me feel good. It makes me feel good when I feel like the sun's been on my face. Yes. I shall always wear sunscreen, but I will get a fake tan.
Yes, I actually would like to go get a spray tan when they open again for spray tans.
Yes.
Or maybe not when they open, but when I'm comfortable going.
I'm actually thinking about getting my own thingy.
Sprayer?
Yeah.
Oh, well then you can do my spray
That's
tan.
what I was going to say. Like maybe I can do yours and you can do mine and we can just call it good. We'll put it out on the deck. Like, cause it's just a little teepee thing. Teepee, I shouldn't say that. It's like a little tent. It's like a little tent that you set up and you go in.
Yeah.
And you can spray me and then I'll spray you.
Okay. Hopefully it comes out all right.
Well, let's just try it. I'll order one on Amazon. What the hell?
How much are they?
Well, I'm not gonna worry about it.
Uh-oh. Low battery.
I got some new website jobs coming up. and and that will support my spray tan habit. But anyway, first I got it. Yeah. Anyway, so we have a really cool special guest. Well, first, yeah. What was I gonna say?
I don't know. We have a great episode today.
We
Whenever
do.
you're listening.
Yes, with Jill.
And we love Jill. You
do.
may know Jill.
Yeah.
She's one of our admins. She
awesome.
is very cool.
Yeah.
And we think you'll love her.
We do too. Listen to me. I'm punchy.
I was gonna say we have already talked to Jill. We are recording this after we've talked to Jill.
We
and it is getting late,
yes.
and we are punchy.
We are, but we think you'll love this because we love it, and so here it comes, right at you.
Here we go. Whoa.
Go whoa. The record button has been pressed.
Okay.
All right, are we ready?
We're ready. Let's do it.
Are we ready? We're gonna intro. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, let's just do it.
All right. This is Brooke.
And this is Nikki.
And this is Jill.
And this is my so-called whatever.
Let's all do it at the same time.
One, two, three.
Welcome to the block party.
We ain't leaving out nobody. Hey.
We about to get it started.
It's a block party. Give me love, give me all you love.
It sounded like we were like the slow RPMs.
It did.
Yes.
I was like, is it lagging? Have we been on too many Zoom calls?
Well, I think all of us know that it lags just a little bit. So because I know when Jordan was singing, because we have to talk about that. We have to talk about the cruise.
Yes, we do.
But when Jordan was singing, it was lagged, but I was just like, I don't care.
Yeah, I didn't care
I don't care. Just keep going. But at first, when I first got into the Zoom meeting, I didn't realize it was him that was singing. I'm like, I kept laughing. I'm like, somebody's singing. And
it was like hacks?
It was him. And then I felt like an idiot.
Yeah, well, it was behind. He was sing a lyric behind after, and it's it just didn't sound right.
Were you in the Zoom?
I was not in the Zoom the first night, but I was in the Zoom on Glitter Night.
Okay, so
that
Glitter
was the
night,
best night.
That was the night. Were you in it in the very beginning?
I was in it in the very beginning, and then I got up because I had to go get a drink, and I came back and I had been kicked out.
Oh,
so then I had to, and when you get kicked out, you can't just get back in. So then I had to hack the whole system to try to get myself back in, sign up with a different account, but it knows you're cached and all of that. So I ended up getting my iPad and being able to sign in with my iPad and got back in. And then I was in for the rest of the night.
Yeah, because they do it so if they kick you out and you're a nuisance, you're
right.
Which is not what they were doing. They were just kicking out people who weren't showing their cameras.
Right.
That's what I think they're doing.
Yes.
But
it's crazy. I literally got up for 2 minutes to go get a drink, and I came back, and I was like, no!
Such a bummer.
Yeah, but I got back in, so it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Well, in the very beginning, there was somebody singing, and I don't think it was Jordan at first.
Yeah, I don't remember.
And I was laughing. I was an uncontrollable laugh. The time that guy, Brooke, Mr. Monday, remember I told you about him? When he drove away from the gas station with the gas thing jingling. It was one of those laughs where you can't stop laughing. And it's really not that big of a deal, but you keep laughing and laughing.
Yes.
And I was laughing so hard I was crying. And I'm on the Zoom and I'm just laughing and laughing and laughing because I'm oh, somebody's singing. Somebody doesn't know their mic's on. Yeah. So.
That's funny.
So we talked a little bit about Friday, right? Because that was when that was when they showed me those 2 times when I wasn't ready.
Right.
And they did it again on Saturday. And I thought I was ready. I thought I was ready, but I obviously was not ready.
There was just such a lag. It was like
that's
hard
just
to
it.
do. Yeah.
Like, it was funny because I wasn't on any of the Zoom because I wasn't originally booked on the cruise.
Mm-hmm.
So I wasn't on the Zoom, but I was watching it on Facebook because YouTube was like really like laggy.
Yeah. Right.
But I was watching it on Facebook, and it was kind of funny because you could see like when they put it on the person had no idea.
But some people did. But some people did.
So like, I think it was more. I think it was more laggy on YouTube than it was on Facebook. So I think the people who were watching YouTube were like really just like staring into space until they like, oh my gosh, like a while later realized
I had them both up.
Oh, you did?
And I had one muted. So so I would be like, I know when. But then my Facebook was actually ahead. And then it started like I got the little thing of death, like it was like loading and loading and loading. Are you guys still there? Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'm here.
Speaking of loading and loading and loading, it just like froze. And then I was behind and I couldn't like catch up. Even if I refreshed on Facebook, it still was like the same with YouTube. And I'm like, and now I'm really behind. So I just kept dancing I was so exhausted. I was exhausted because I danced the entire time and just in case somebody caught me. And like on both times, I was like in like some kind of alternate universe or something because I'm just staring off into space like ooh. And then I said to Brooke, I was like, there I was.
Well, you weren't alone. That's for sure.
They showed Kelly like so many times. It was
I know. Every time I looked, I'm like, there's Kelly. Yeah. And Christian, they kept showing, and Mandy and her sisters. Yes. I saw them a bunch of times.
And they showed you.
I don't think I ever once caught myself on camera, but I know at like one point I got a text from you. Yeah. I saw a message from you and you're like, Jill. And I was like, I guess I was just on.
I think I remember seeing you on.
Yeah.
And they had Isla. Oh my gosh.
Oh my word. That was adorable.
That was so cute. She was busting a move.
Yes, she was.
Yes,
all night long.
It was adorable.
It was so cute.
It was so cute.
And
anyway,
I just think everything that they did, the thought that they put into it gives me goosebumps because they didn't have to do anything. They really didn't. They didn't have to do anything. And we still would have been okay with it. Like, let's be honest, we still would have been okay with it. But the thought that whoever it was, Jared or whoever, or the whole team put into it.
Yeah, it was a lot of work.
It was a lot of work and it was amazing. And I felt included. I felt that other people, even though they weren't on the Zoom, they were still included.
Yeah.
It was well executed. It was
like it felt cruise-esque, right? Yes. Like it felt like you were really I woke up the mornings like hungover, like emotionally and I had a few drinks, so like I was like, like dragging, but like there was like so much to do the next day that it was like exciting, so you're getting up and like ready to go and start all over.
Yeah, Saturday night I was done. Like Saturday night I was toast. I don't know what happened. I was just like, guys,
Did you stay on the whole time?
No, I couldn't. I was like, because I was afraid they were going to show me, and I was like this. Like, I'm putting my hand on my face because I was like, I drank those too quick. Because like I'm dancing, so I'm like, I'm going to have some refreshments. So I was drinking.
Sure.
And I just was going too fast, like, because I was thirsty and I should have just had some water.
Yeah.
Just like the cruise.
Yeah, right.
Just like the cruise.
Yeah.
So
hydrate.
Yes. So I did not stay on the entire time. I think I got done right after they like the first few slow songs were played.
Okay. And did you still watch it?
Yeah.
Did you watch it, Brooke?
I did.
Yeah. It was it was so emotional.
It was.
And I think I fell asleep like did I don't really remember Instagram?
A whole lot. Yes. Donnie did an after party, didn't he?
I think so, but I fell asleep. Yeah. I think he like started it on his Instagram and then like told everybody to go over to D-Nice.
Yeah. I think that's when I fell asleep.
Yeah.
That's
was I pulled up Instagram and I like woke up hours later with like Instagram or something. Like, my phone was in my hand.
Yeah.
And I was like sleeping.
My phone was on my face when I woke up. So again, much like the cruise.
Yep.
But it was really fun. And
It was a lot of fun.
And it was fun for those of us that were not supposed to be on the cruise.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that were not planning on this cruise, because I wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I feel super fortunate to be able to go on a cruise, right? This would have only been my second cruise, but, you know, I feel like that's such a cool experience. And there's some people who just can't make it happen. And for them to get to be able to experience it was like, it was amazing.
I thought that was really cool.
It was really cool. I loved it.
And I'll be on 11.5.
Yeah.
Yes!
I mean, hopefully, if I can get on, hopefully. Honestly, I don't even care where I am on that boat. I don't care. Well, I mean, I do care. I don't care where I am. I want to know who I'm rooming with.
Yeah.
That's the only thing.
OMG.
Yes.
Our Zoom party is blowing up.
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome.
So we're excited.
We'll have to see if we can kind of rein it in a little bit better this time.
Yeah, we've got some ideas. So
this is all working itself out.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
When this comes out, we will have already had it.
Right, and we'll be planning our next one.
And hopefully it was a grand success.
We surely hope so.
Hopefully Joey McIntyre showed up.
Yeah, I invited him.
So perfect.
You just never know, you know.
You never know.
He's at Target today doing in the toilet paper aisle.
I mean,
did anybody else notice that?
I saw that.
Okay. I was like, look,
he was
they've
stressing
got
me
tons
out.
of toilet paper. I know, don't touch your face, please, don't.
And then he looked like he was like leaning on the shelf. I was like, Joe,
no.
you're like a child.
Get your mask on and
you
your
in.
gloves.
Yes.
Oh. But then if he's touching his face with the gloves, it's even worse.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
So we should get to the heart of this episode.
Yes, we should. Yes. And we could talk about the cruise forever, but that was a great,
we could. It was a great weekend.
It was a great weekend.
Much fun to be had. We got to see Jordan's abs.
Oh, yeah, we did.
And so real quick before we go on, Brooke, 3 highlights of the cruise, your favorite 3 things that happened on the cruise.
My favorite 3 things that happened on the virtual cruise.
Yes.
Probably, I don't know.
I'll let Joe go.
Well, Jordan's abs.
Woo-wee!
For sure.
I wasn't expecting that. I was like, whoa.
And I was like, wow, thank you. And like just the lighting situation that he had going on, and like it perfectly highlighted his abs, and like he's like with his hands pointing and everything. Whew. I enjoyed that quite a bit.
Yeah.
And then the end of Glitter Night with the slow songs, and like just how like vulnerable and sweet Donnie Wahlberg is, and he just when you think his heart can't be bigger, you just like see it grow and grow and grow. And then just like connecting with everybody, like it was like being on the cruise. Like we were all in Slack a bunch, and just texting each other, and I was literally alone in my place, but like I still felt like I was with everybody.
Same.
Aww.
Same.
Yeah.
So, okay, I have my 3.
Okay.
I really loved, of course, Jordan's Instagram live. It wasn't really much different than any other Instagram live that he would do, except it's been so long.
Yeah.
It was just really nice.
Yeah.
I also loved how playful he was.
It was really raw.
For Glitter Night,
I loved it. I loved it.
Yeah.
I liked how playful he was. Glitter Night, like he just seemed like he was in it and having a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, abs and all. And singing along and being kind of silly, and it was fun. And his like lighting. I loved his like mood lighting.
Yes.
And I really, really, really enjoyed watching Donnie's selfie thing on Instagram.
That was fun.
So I was in there for a long time, and it was just so fun just to watch like people that had never like met him before or had a selfie before.
Did you see that woman that like freaked out and her husband thought like she was dying or something? Like and she came out and he's like, what? It was awesome.
But like that's what was so awesome about it. It was just so cool.
Yeah, it really was.
And he is a national treasure.
Yeah. He is.
Yeah.
He really is.
Period.
Yeah. All right,
Nikki, what were yours?
You know what my favorite one was?
I do know.
The only thing I just wanted to hear some solo. Like I wanted to hear Stay the Same or I Love You Came Too Late. Like either or would have been fantastic. And I just really wanted to hear that. And I don't want to be like greedy because that is being kind of greedy, but I appreciated the time that he put into it, like to go into different spots and to like it just was awesome. Like I'm like, Joe, you're awesome.
It was awesome. It was really awesome.
Took some time, and I love that he sang "Nothing Compares to You." Like, that was beautiful. That was gorgeous. I appreciated that very much. The second thing is I appreciate Jared. I didn't realize how much I appreciated him until watching him on the first night in the YouTube channel, and just the way that he organized everything and had like things like he kept them all going. I was just like, I'm so appreciative of you. Like, good job. So, I mean, I really enjoyed the first night. I enjoyed the questions that were asked. I enjoyed all the nights, just to be honest. And I enjoyed the most the Zooms because I loved watching the other people. So like I would go through the pages and watch everybody, which is probably what I was doing when I was like, woo, because I was watching everybody else because there were some people you could just, their souls were like bursting, their hearts were like bursting, and it was just awesome to see. So
I agree.
Those are mine. So now let's get to the heart of this. Let's get to the heart of this episode.
So you just want me to like tell you my whole new kid story?
So,
I mean, it's a long story, so I'll keep it like I'll just hit the highlights.
So the heart of this episode is Jill. Okay.
She's our friend.
Chicken fillet. No, chicken Florida.
Chick-fil-A.
It's so funny.
Chick-fil-A.
I never, ever put it together that my Twitter profile was close to Chick-fil-A. So you guys said it, and then I was like, "Oh my gosh, he does look like Chick-fil-A." I had no idea. So, and now I've heard other people say it now. So,
well,
I don't know what my brain was thinking.
People were like, "Is this bracket sponsored by Chick-fil-A?" I was laughing so hard. It was so funny.
Nope, it's just me.
So yes, we want to hear your story, like everybody has a new kid story, everybody has one, and we want to hear Jill's new kid story.
Sure. So like I was a fan from like 1988, 1989, whatever it was, and like I don't have that like moment of like I remember the first time I heard them, and like I don't know how I was introduced to them. I just kind of remember them being there, and I remember being like a crazy fan, and my best friend who lived down the street and I would like listen to the music all the time and watch the VHSs. Like I can remember like we would go in my mom's bedroom and hop on her bed and put the VHS in and like just watch it every single day. And I went to my first concert down in South Florida. I think it was the Hang and Tough tour. It was in an arena, the Miami Arena down in South Florida. And then like a year later went to the Magic Summer Tour.
Ooh.
Yeah, which was amazing. And like that year I went with my dad, and like, you know, you're in a huge like stadium. It's like the football stadium. And I was like way high up. But I can remember even back then being like, Donnie Wahlberg totally just pointed at me.
That's awesome.
Just like that's what Donnie does. Like he connects with people everywhere, you know, like, and I can remember back then thinking that. And from like the very beginning, I was always a Jordan girl. I like had this like crazy delusions in my head of like, oh my gosh, he plays the piano and I take piano lessons and he has braces and I have braces. And my birthday is actually the day before his. So I was like,
yay!
It is fate. And my crazy delusional like 12-year-old thinking. But like, yes. And like
That's what we do.
That's what we do, yeah.
I thought he was dreamy, just so dreamy. And then like, 1994 came, and like at that point I was like kind of took a turn and was into different kinds of music, and like I was one of those fans who like bass music came out and I kind of like fell off a little bit. But then I remember in college Jordan and Joe released their solo albums.
I'm gonna give it to you.
God. Yes. And I had those, and then I remember I was home for like a weekend in college, and I had heard that Joe was doing like an album signing at like a Walmart in South Florida somewhere. So my friend and I went to that Walmart and watched him in the parking lot. We were like right up against the stage. It was like my first time getting close to a new kid, and it was like all of those feelings came rushing back. And like we got him to sign their CDs and all of that stuff, and then like it just kind of again went away. Like I finished college and got married and was just like living life. And then when the reunion happened, it was like, oh my God, like like that same moment. I remember the Today Show when they first like teased that they were coming back, and like, no, this can't be real, right. And then like seeing that video that they had just on NKOTB.com that like had Close to You in the beginning, and then it went into Click, Click, Click. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's new music. Because at first I thought they were just going to like, do a couple reunion shows. But I was like, it's new music too. And then when they performed on the Today Show, that was my birthday again. And I was like, this is a birthday present to me. It was. And like totally freaked out. So I was so excited that they were back, but like, I was married. I got married the same year that they came back, and like was just in my world. So I would go to all the shows when they came to town, but like I wasn't like deep into it, right? But like I was a fan, And then in 2015, I had tickets to go to the Main Event tour, and I was going with 3 of my friends, and the day before we were supposed to go on the show, I had some medical issues, and I ended up going into the hospital. And I had to have surgery like the day of our show. So we missed our show that year, which like was a total bummer. But like kind of everything changed at that day. My marriage was not great, and obviously I was dealing with some like pretty major health stuff. Like I spent most of that summer in the hospital. I lost my job, and like just my whole world was like uprooted. So I moved back to where my parents live, and I was like recovering with them and like just trying to get back on my feet. And I started to like listen to New Kids more and like heavier, that because I was sad that I missed the concert, right? And then I like put it in my brain of like, I'm definitely going to the tour the next time they come. We have to make up for it. So the next time they came around was the Total Package tour, and I went with my friends, the same friends that I was supposed to go to the Main Event tour with. The 4 of us went to the show together, and like that alone was just emotional because like I had been through so much, right? Yeah. So at that point, I was back to working, and I was divorced at that point. But like, with medical issues and divorce and not working comes a lot of debt. So I was like just working my butt off to like try to get myself out of debt. So I told myself, okay, I'm going to be 40 in 2018. My goal is to be debt-free by 40 and then like save money to go on the cruise. So like I did everything I could. I was like, doing nothing in my life to just like make that happen. And it like I was able to accomplish it, right? So I got myself in a better place financially, and I book the cruise. And like, you know, once you do that, you kind of like, and I found you guys, right? Like after the total package tour, I was like just dying for more content. I'm like, I just need more content. There's got to be a podcast that, and I found you guys, and then I found the group, and I found so many incredible friends, and I like got bit by the bug, right? So I like was like, okay, I'm all in, and went head first. So I got lucky and got to go to the Apollo show, and flew up to New York, and that's when I met you guys for the first time up there.
That was amazing.
That was amazing. And like, it was, I guess it was right before that Mixtape Tour tickets went on sale.
Yes.
Or it was like right around there. And Kelly and I had been talking, and we were like, okay, we want to for sure go and do a Barstool. Like, we're going to make that happen. So the last 3 shows were going to be in Florida. So we're like, let's buy tickets for all 3 Florida shows. And we did, and we bought Barstools in Orlando, which was the second to last night. And then originally that was supposed to be the last night, but then they like added Fort Lauderdale at the end, or they did something.
Yeah, they did.
Those tickets went on sale later or something. Because I remember I was driving down to Miami for the cruise, and a friend of mine, like, who's not a New Kids fan, but has like the best ticket buying karma, was online, and she's like, I'll buy your tickets for you guys. Like, she was like online to get them for us. So she got us tickets, and it was like, okay, we're going to go to those 3 shows, and it's going to be amazing. Then we go on the cruise, and the cruise is like just the most incredible thing that like, you know, like all of the excitement, and like the cruise alone, I could tell you a whole episode on, and like just some of those experiences was amazing. But when we were on the cruise, Courtney and Christine were telling me that they had tickets in Texas, and it happened to be on my birthday and Jordan's birthday. Yay! So I was like, well, can I go to Texas with you girls? And they're like, yes. So I ended up going to Texas, and that was my first show of the Mixtape Tour. So I flew out there and met them, and it was my birthday, and they were awesome. They like decorated the room.
I remember that.
It was
cookies.
the cookies
were so cool.
Yes, it was amazing. Awesome. They were so sweet. They were very, very sweet. They gave me like a little tiara that said it's my birthday, and because I have medical issues and stuff, I am at the shows. I can't stand or walk for a long time, so like I'm in a wheelchair. So they're pushing me around, and it was so cool because like we have to get there early, and like every person I saw was like, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. It made me feel so special. It was very sweet. So the first thing that we did was go to the pictures, right?
Yeah.
And we go into the arena, and it's kind of cool because I was in the wheelchair, so they like can't take you down. You can't walk down the stairs to get to the arena floor to take pictures. Mm-hmm. So they kind of like take me back behind the stage when they're like pushing me to like get out there. And so I'm like trying to look like, oh, what's over there? What's over there? Is there anyone I can see? You know? And I did not see anybody, but we walk into the area, and Donnie was sitting in the floor seats, talking to somebody.
Oh my god!
And he had Lumpy there with him. So everybody's like, "Oh my god, there's Donnie!" And they line you up the order that you're going to go get pictures. And he comes down the whole way and like says hello to everybody and like talks to everybody. And it's just Donnie, and is as sweet as he can be. And he gets to me, and he's like, "Is it really your birthday?" And I was like, "Yeah, today's my birthday." And he's like, "Happy birthday!" And it was like, "How old are you?" And I told him I'm 41. And he says like, "Oh," he's like, "It's crazy. I still feel like, you know, we're 18 and you guys are younger." And we're like, "Can we at least be 18?"
Yeah.
In this scenario.
Yeah.
Can't
At least
18. Yeah.
Maybe 21.
Yeah, exactly. And he's like, "Sure." So like, you know, like he's just being playful with us. And then it comes time to take the pictures. So the girl who's like, you know, like ushering you through to try to go up comes up to me, and she's like, "So," because I'm in the wheelchair, she's like, "You can either get up and walk up the stairs if you can do that, if you feel comfortable, or you can stay down here and the guys will come down and take a picture with you. And I was like, okay. Like, and I was like, well, let me look at the stairs, right? Like, and I look at the stairs. I'm like, yeah, I don't feel super comfortable because they're kind of. So I was like, no, I'll just stay down here. And they're like, oh, okay. So like everybody goes and takes their pictures, and I'm watching everybody take their picture, and like I see Christine and Courtney go up there, and I know it's their first Courtney's first time, and I was like, oh, it was so cool to be able to like sit there and watch everybody do it too. It was really cool. And then everybody gets through their pictures, and then the guys come down off the stage, and I'm kind of over to the side, and all 5 of them come like walking at me.
Oh
and I was
God.
like, I don't know what to do with this moment. Like, what do I do with my hands? Like, how do I react? And I was just like, I don't remember what I said. I don't remember. I just remember Danny saying, "We're coming for you." And I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, God.
So they came, and like, I was still wearing the birthday tiara. So they're like wishing me happy birthday. And I can stand up. So like I stood up and took a picture with them. And like, again, I have no idea what happened. I like totally blacked out. I was just like shaking. And they're like giving me hugs, and like it was very sweet. And then Donnie says to me, he's like, "Where are you sitting?" And I point to where I was sitting, and he's like, "Are you going to be in your chair? Are you going to sit in a stool?" And I was like, "No, I can sit in a stool." So that's my plan. And he's like, "All right." He's like, "Well, I'll come see you later." And I was like, "What does that mean?"
OMG.
So, and you know, like at point I thought he was just like saying that, right? Like I didn't really know.
Nice,
and like
yeah.
I had never done any sort of barstool before, so I didn't know what to really expect. And I was over on the side, and like it just was amazing. Like I had booked my seat later than Courtney and Christine, so I was away from them.
Mm-hmm.
But like the people that I was by were like very nice people, and you know how it is. Like
Yeah.
people just start chatting it up with each other. So it was a lot of fun. During the Right Stuff and the 10 Times thing, and I think I was live on the My So-Called Whatever group. And
Which was awesome.
Joe comes over, like I see him look down where I'm sitting, and I could tell he's coming for me. Like we make eye contact, and I'm like, oh, he's coming towards my direction. So he like not only stands in front of me to do 10 times, but he like steps down on like that part where you like put your drinks in your bag.
Oh,
and,
my
like,
Lord.
and like gives it to my face.
OMG.
Yeah, you would have died.
I would have been done. No, I would have just done. They would have had to take me out, and that was it. That would be the concert for me. I would be done.
And I was just like, oh my God, this is happening. Like, whoa, wow. And then he like gives me this like head nod after he does it.
Oh my, stop it.
He goes, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Jill, that's incredible. A dream.
It was a dream.
Oh
I will tell you that.
That's kind of funny though. Happy birthday.
It was
the head nod though. Happy birthday.
Yeah, the head nod was amazing. and like, you know, I was still live at this point, but like I'm having an out of body experience. So like I didn't catch the head nod in the video, but I remember it.
I'm going to see if I can find it in our group. So it was
okay.
Yeah, and then I can post it on. Oh, actually, I can't. But I can link to it in our group, so you guys can find it. I'm gonna find it and link it in the My So-Called Whatever group.
We could screen record it and put it on.
Oh yeah,
YouTube.
We could. Yeah,
you should definitely do that.
I remember watching that, and like I distinctly remember watching that, and I don't remember the head nod. But I remember the 10 times, and I remember like the chat. Like, I remember people chatting, and they were like, "Whoa!"
It was
like
intense.
That was one of those moments of the tour that I like I do remember watching on Facebook. Like I remember that.
Yeah,
it's so funny. It feels like yesterday, but it wasn't.
It does feel like yesterday. Yeah, it does feel like yesterday, but it definitely wasn't. Gosh, there was like so many incredible like moments, and I mean, and that was my first show, right, of the tour.
Right.
And like it literally started with a bang. And then so Donnie came out later, and like I think he ended up doing this at all the shows, but he came up and like took selfies with everybody who was along that side. Oh. Yeah, so that was really cool. And then that night, I remember Christine and Courtney and I went back to the hotel, and that was the night that Jordan was going live with people.
Yes.
And he went live with Maria that night.
Oh my, that was the best. That was
and we were
best.
Like in our hotel screaming.
Oh
we were
God,
all
that
going
was
crazy.
Amazing.
It was amazing. It was really incredible. And then the next day we drove and we went up to Dallas and we went to that show. And again, I was sitting separate from Courtney and Christine, but like that show was great because that was Jordan's birthday.
Yep.
And they sang happy birthday to him and Danny. And so it's pretty cool to see that.
I remember that very well because they went to a golf place.
Yes.
They
went to like Top Golf. Is that what that place is called?
Yeah.
I don't know,
remember
but
that
I remember the cake.
Yes.
Yeah. The cupcakes or whatever they had.
The cupcake, yeah.
Yeah.
And there were girls there.
And I was like, to be there. To be,
I know.
I could be there.
I know. Oh my gosh.
Could you imagine? Or can you imagine just like being there like as a normal patron and they come
as a normal person?
I would lose my ever-loving mind.
No kidding. No,
how do you act?
Like,
I would be
done.
like, hey, what's up? Like, you can't, like, because you can't. I don't know. I think I would. I'd be like, hey, what's up? And inside, I'd be like, oh my God. And Brooke would be like, Nikki, just chill.
Right.
Yeah. Like I hype myself up for like the meet and greets, and I have zero chill then. So if they just like surprised me and showed up somewhere place, I couldn't even imagine how I would act.
No, because you have no. You're like, it's just in the moment, and you're not expecting it, and that's when I would say stupid stuff. That's when I'd say stupid
we would
stuff.
go up to them and we would say, "Oh, did you know that you have now found a couple of blockheads in the wild?"
Brooke is so smooth, though. She's so smooth.
You did not know you were going to get blockheads in the wild when you came to this establishment today. But
here we are. Joey McIntyre, come on our podcast. The end.
We are big fans. And yes, please come on our podcast. If you'd like, we can record now.
I've got my Zoom recorder in the trunk.
You should always have it just to be safe.
I always have a recorder, honestly.
I love that.
Like whenever I go to New Kids events, I try to always have something. If all else fails, you use the recording app on your phone.
The phone works great in a pinch.
It's beautiful. It works beautifully.
Awesome. So the next show that I went to was in Phoenix, and I went with Dawn, and I had a bar stool again for that one, and that was pretty awesome as well. And that was the night that Jenny and Sierra were cover girls again, so that was really cool. Like, my seat was like in the front, but like on the corner. Mm-hmm. So it was like right next to the stairs that they go up to. So Jenny and Sierra were like standing right next to me when they were like getting ready to go on stage. So it was like really cool to like see that. And then like while Sierra's on, Jenny was standing there right next to me. And it was super exciting. That was really cool.
And you went live, and we appreciate that.
I think I tried, but I was having technical issues.
That's
I think Dawn ended up going
that's
live.
Right. That's right.
She had better luck than I did.
That's right. I forgot about that.
It was like,
but you
hit or
tried.
miss.
You tried.
Oh yeah, I tried, but it was no luck. But that was another one where like, because I was in the wheelchair, like I got to take a separate picture, and like I had like hyped myself up a little bit more that time. So I was like, I'm going to tell Jordan my name. So like when they came down, it was me and there was another girl in a wheelchair at that point. And like Donnie was kind of like loving all on her, and Jordan came over by me, and I was like, "Hi, I'm Jill," and he was like, "I'm Jordan," and I'm like, "Oh, I know."
Wait a second, he said I'm Jordan?
Yeah, like, I'm well aware.
Really?
That's so awesome.
Yeah, so like when you're taking the 88 picture, like you're not in a line, so everybody's kind of huddled around, and Jordan like leans on me and like kind of like drapes himself on me for that picture. And I was like, "Oh, is this really happening? Is this real life?"
Oh my god!
Yeah, it was amazing.
Can you share those pictures with us?
Yeah,
Put them on the
I will
website?
send a bunch of.
Yes.
Yeah, I will send a bunch of pictures. Yeah. So that was pretty surreal. And just that whole show was great. Like it was fun to be there with Dawn, and then to see Jenny and Sierra do their thing was a lot of fun. And then I went on to a few more shows. When Kelly and I started talking, we were like, well, we should go to a Boston show.
Yeah.
We're going to go to one night in Boston. We should go to both nights in Boston.
Yes.
We're going to be all the way up there. And it was so much fun to like go up there and see all you girls and like have a fun weekend with everybody. That was
so we got to
so
hang
fun.
out. And
yeah, we got to hang out in the like some of my favorite mememories from that are like just hanging out in your room, right?
Yes.
And like all of us chatting and sharing
and eating
our stories.
and eating cold McDonald's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And eating cold McDonald's.
And we went and saw Barbara and Brandon.
Yeah, we went downstairs. They stopped by and said hello, and it was so like and you know like at that point I had been to a couple shows already in the tour, and to go to Boston and like the energy is just different up there because it's their hometown. It was really cool that way. And Joey breaking down during "Please Don't Go Girl." Like,
oh my goodness,
it was amazing. It was really awesome.
Yeah, my heart just like went. I was just like, Joe, I love you.
I think that whole place was like, just like it was heartbreaking, but like it was beautiful.
Yes, it was.
And then the second night in Boston, I was sitting by myself, but Jackie and Maria were like 2 rows behind me.
So cool.
And Kim was on their same row, and like it's always fun to see Kim at a show, right? Like how excited she was.
So much fun.
Yes,
is the best.
Yes, and during Boys in the Band, Donnie like came up in the section we were in, and like I'm more watching Kim than I was watching Donnie the whole time because she's just like freaking out. It was a lot of fun.
It is so much really fun to watch her. I think there's a video that somebody gave me. Was it you?
There is.
No, it wasn't me.
Somebody gave us a video of Kim.
Like, somebody did
for the opener. For the opening.
It was either Jackie or Maria because they were like right down, and I remember they were filming.
It was beautiful because she's like, it was great.
It was awesome. Yes, she's like electric to watch her.
Yes,
do her thing. Yeah. And then so since we were in Boston, the next night they were in Long Island, and Michelle had bought tickets to there. And Kelly and I were like, well, okay, we'll go to that too.
Why not?
So we went to that, and that was awesome too. That night we were staying in like the hotel was like almost in the parking lot of where that arena is.
Wow.
Oh, cool.
And when we were going back to our room at the end of the night, the Salt and Pepper dancers were in the lobby.
So cool.
And we're like, hey. So we like said hello to them and got a couple pictures with them.
You're like, you're free to dance right here if you'd like to.
Exactly.
If you haven't gotten enough dancing out, you're free to go.
But they were so hot. So that was cool. I feel like I'm missing a show. Oh, I went to the Chicago show because I won one of those contests.
That's right.
12 Days of Christmas contest. Yes. It's funny. We did a thing at work where we did like a carpool karaoke thing, and I made all my coworkers do Hangin' Tough in the carpool karaoke. And I had already had that video, so they were like, post a video of you singing our songs. So I was like, I'll just use that video, and I posted it, and I won from that.
That's so awesome.
So
that
was
is awesome.
Cool. Yeah. So my best friend and I went up to Chicago and went to that show. And then the last group of shows was the Florida shows. We went to Jacksonville, Orlando, and
Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah. And that was so much fun. Like Michelle and Dawn and Leilani and Christina Meyer. Like there was a bunch of people in town for those
Carmen.
shows. And Carmen, yep. And we like Kim came for Orlando and Fort Lauderdale, and it was a lot of fun. And then Christian was with us too. Like we like each night would go to the show and then drive that night to the next city.
Guys are
so
crazy.
It was like it was
road warriors.
It was a lot, but it was so much fun. We had a blast doing all of that.
And you had a lot of shenanigans too.
You did.
We did have a lot of shenanigans.
I know that there were shenanigans.
There's definitely shenanigans. The morning of the Orlando show, we were trying to go to Wahlburgers because it's like real close to the arena, but the line was like, like down the street to get into it. So we're like, let's skip it. And we're like, let's just go to this other little restaurant that was like kind of across the street from Wahlburgers. And we sit down and we're like, just going to have brunch there. And we like order our food. And then all of a sudden I see Kelly and Michelle's faces like almost drop. And I'm like, what's going on? And I look over and Joe is walking in the door. And we were like, oh, what is happening? So then Michelle had a great idea. She's like, let's send some mimosas to his table. So we like bought some mimosas and sent them over to the table. And like he came by and just like kind of like blew us kisses and was like, thank you.
Oh my God.
But we didn't want to like bug him because
that was perfect. That was so perfect.
Amazing. Yes. We found out he was with his sister. So like,
yeah.
And we didn't want to bug him. We didn't want to be annoying. And like his sister came over and said thank you later, which was very sweet.
Oh.
Yeah. And then so we had meet and greet again at that show. So like when we saw him, we're like, we were the Mimosa girls. And he was like, oh, thank you so much. It was very sweet. It was very cute.
Oh.
That was really like class act, ladies.
Yes.
Oh, that was all Michelle.
Classy.
Yeah, it was totally Michelle. She had that brilliant idea.
That was like, I would have never came up with that. That was an amazing idea. I would have been like, Joe!
We all pretty much kept our cool amazingly during that moment. And it was like total, like just luck that we happened to go to the place that he came to.
So cool.
Yeah, and that night, like, I don't know, that night during Remix, Donnie sang to me when he like sings. I'll send you guys that video too.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, oh my God, he's stopping right in front of me. It was amazing. Like I said, there's just so many moments that it's like, it feels out of body. It feels like this cannot be my real life. Because like, I think back to like that first tour that I went to when I'm literally sitting the like last row in the entire arena, and never in a million years did I dream that like this could be my real life experiences. But I certainly did it up last summer for sure.
Good for you.
And that's amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
You worked hard and you earned that.
That's right. You earned that.
Thank
shit.
you. Yeah.
You really did.
Yeah. It was I had gone through a lot. I'll put it that way. And it was a reward for getting myself through all of that, which was amazing.
Yes. And I love just listening to it.
Yeah.
So, I will tell you, Jill, next time I would like to accompany. I will get on that plane and I will go. Because I didn't for Fort Lauderdale, but I've started to get better.
We missed you down there.
Oh my gosh. But I will say, I think I've said this before on the podcast. I think it was a blessing in disguise because my seats weren't with you guys. So
yeah.
I think I would have like kind of freaked out a little bit. So
there ended up being like a whole thing there. Like
there was a whole thing with seats.
Yeah,
I remember
seats
that
got moved. Like I ended up not sitting with everybody else. Like
wow.
I was sitting by myself, which is another crazy story. So
I want to hear
we were kind of back by the B stage, and when they came off during Tonight, I was like in a front aisle. Like I wasn't in the front. Like I was, you know how they have like the separations, right?
Yeah.
So, but I was in the front of a separated section. And I had friends who were in like up in the like 200 sections, and like we had been texting because they could see me, right? Being in the wheelchair, easy to spot. So when after they sing Tonight and they like run out to go into the audience, Donnie ran by my seat and he saw me and stopped and came back and like gave me a kiss on the cheek. And I was like I could still feel like his like buzz on my face.
Oh my God.
But my friend who was like above, she's like, did he just stop and kiss you? Like, she sent me a text and I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Yeah. Crazy. So crazy.
That's amazing, though. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. And I can't wait to get your pictures. I'm going to post them all on the website.
Yes.
So everybody can see them.
I will send
pictures,
you a bunch of pictures.
And whatever videos. And I'm going to find that video. We'll find that video.
Yes. I think I have like just that moment because I think I remember like Mandy screen recorded it and sent me a snippet of just that moment. So I'll see if I can find that.
Yes. Would you care if we put it on YouTube?
Yeah, go for it.
Sweet.
Cool.
Yeah.
Then we can put it on the website.
Yeah, you can use whatever you want.
Awesome.
Yay.
Yeah. So it was an incredible summer, I will tell you that. And like, you know, with all of this craziness going on, it makes me like so thankful that I did that, because it's like, we don't know what events are going to look like moving forward, right? Like, so I feel super fortunate and super grateful that I had all of those experiences.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
And you're still here. And I love like talking about it because then you get to relive them again.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love
That's
it.
part of it. That's like what we're all about.
Yeah.
So that was another thing about going back to the cruise for a second that I think is so awesome is like those videos are on their Facebook page, right? So we can go back and relive those nights and those moments like whenever we want to.
Right, exactly.
It's something so cool too. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to go back and do Glitter Night. I want to watch Glitter Night again because towards the end, like I wasn't fully aware of my surroundings. So
I get it.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
And for anyone interested, they're all posted on our website from the last episode.
Yeah.
One stop. It's all they're all there.
You can get all the links. You can get all the links and go down and get all the YouTube videos that they posted.
Bang, bang, bang.
Yeah.
So I want to hear about. We all want to hear.
Yes, we do.
Let's face facts here. We all want to hear about how this whole bracket thing came about. Yeah. And Donnie, what? Like
you and Donnie are best friends? What?
You are biffles?
I don't know about all that. Yeah, it's crazy. So I'm a huge like basketball. I don't know about basketball fan, but I'm a big sports fan.
Like in March Madness.
Right. I love March Madness. Mm-hmm. I like sports gambling.
Hey, it's the best kind. It's the best kind. Let's just be honest.
Yeah. Like I like fantasy football. I like March Madness. Like it's just something I look forward to every year. And a couple years ago, I was like, I wonder, I think like Kanye had like some sort of March Madness thing. Yeah. Or like his fans did or something. And I was like, oh, that would be fun to do with New Kids songs and like see what people pick. Because like, I know I have my favorite songs. I'm sure you have your favorite songs. And like, just what would different people's bracket look like? So I started like playing around with the idea. And I remember like I was chatting with Kelly and I was like trying to get to 64 songs, like to make a bracket up, which is not an easy thing to do, to pick like the top 64 songs.
Right.
And we kind of came up with a list of songs and I laid them out in a bracket. And then I didn't really do anything with it because like March went by and like it kind of felt like that ship had sailed. And then this year, with everything that's going on and the fact that there was no March Madness, I was like, well, this could be fun to like bring this back out and post it.
Yeah.
So I posted it on Twitter and just said like, okay, like, and I just did like a quadrant of the total bracket and was like, what song would make it to your final four? And like a bunch of people like were responding, and then Donnie like retweeted it and was like, oh, this is so cool, and like made his what he thought would be his final four song. And then like a couple hours later, I see a tweet from him and it says, okay, New Kids are going to do an official bracket. And I was like, what? That's
Whoa.
cool. And I was like, how cool is that? And like just thinking, not thinking I'm going to be involved in any way, right? Like I'm thinking they just ran with that idea. So then I get a DM from Donnie like right after that.
Like you got a DM from Donnie.
I got a DM.
You got a DM.
I got a DM from Donnie. And was like, we want to run with your idea. You're on. Like something to that.
Oh my
He
God.
slid into your DMs.
Yes, he
Yes.
slid into your DMs, yes.
And I was like, oh, like, wow. And then he's like, Team New Kids will reach out to you. And I was like, okay. What? I don't know what that means, but okay, I'm going to sit here. and it was like, be ready, or like, you're on, or something. It said something like that. And then the next day I get, and I'm freaking out, like full-fledged freaking out that he's DMing me and like, oh my God, like cannot believe it. And the next day I get a message from the New Kids on the Block Twitter. Well, they started following me first. And I was like, that alone, like made me freak out. And then I get a message from them saying like, we want you to help pick the songs and set the bracket, and kind of like, this is how it's going to work. We're going to have people vote, and we want to make it like a whole week-long campaign.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, that's so cool. And like, you know, I'm super excited about it. And then a little bit later, they send me another DM. They're like, can we have your phone number? Someone's going to call you.
And you're like, no big deal.
Yeah, and I'm like, I remember.
Sure, no big deal. They're just asking me for my phone number. Somebody might call me. I don't know who it might be, but
I took a screenshot of it and I sent it to my friend. And I'm like, things have escalated. So, but like, I still thought it was going to be somebody from like
Team New Kids.
faculty management that was going to call me, right? Like, I didn't think
Right.
it was going to be Donnie. And, you know, it's like, you know, a couple days into the quarantine and like, I'm not putting makeup on every day and doing my hair, right? And I was on FaceTime with Kelly, and I had another call come in, and it's from a phone number that I didn't recognize. And I was like, and it was a FaceTime. And I'm like, Kelly, I think I got to get this. And she's like, go. So I click over, and there's Donnie.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
And I was like, like, you know, my breath got taken away. I was like, I cannot even believe this is happening right now. And I don't really remember what was said. Like, I knew he was like telling me that he liked the idea and he wanted to do it and he wanted my permission to do it. And I'm like, of course you have my permission to do it. Like, you don't have to ask. And he's like, we want to include you the whole way. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. Oh, but before that, he had sent me a revised list of songs because I had sent them my list of songs.
Yep.
And he said, you know, like, what do you think of this list? So we were discussing that on the phone, and he had taken Stare at You off of it. And I'm like, I really feel like you need to have Stare at You on the list. Like, I know a lot of people love that song.
Yeah.
And like, I don't really remember what was said on that call, except for it was on video. So like, I can go back and watch it.
So awesome.
So he was like chatting with me, and then he was like, so hey, can we've been recording this, and he like pans his phone over, and it's like Jenny standing there recording me, and I'm like, hi Jenny, and he's like, can we use this on Twitter? And I was like, sure. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, my hair and my lack of makeup. And I was like, I don't care, whatever, put it out there. And then like over the next few days, we worked together to like compile the list of songs, and like,
I have to tell you first, after you got
Yeah.
off that conversation, we got on the phone with Donnie.
That's
We
right.
talked about you.
That's right. So crazy.
And
So
that's
crazy.
when I said, I need you needs to be on there.
Yes.
And he was like, I'll make it happen.
And it happened.
But he was like, we're like, oh my God, he's talking about Jill, like our Jill. We know Jill, our friend Jill.
It was so surreal.
It was so surreal when he was saying it, because I'm like, he's like Jill, and I'm like, yes, Jill. Yeah, like you can hear it in my voice. I'm like,
Yeah,
my friend Jill.
Like Chick-fil-A Jill.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A. Okay,
Yeah,
sorry, I didn't
so
mean to
crazy.
interrupt you there. I just
totally
that was
okay.
like, because that was surreal to us, like him
It was
talking about
yeah.
you. Yeah,
I mean, what a day that was, right?
yes, that was a very interesting day.
That was a day.
That was the day.
That was the day I was like up. I was like up all day.
Yeah.
Yes, Brooke. I was like, ah!
Well, and like that was like the beginning of all of this quarantine stuff.
Yeah.
So it was like a very welcome distraction in the chaos of that the world was like, you know, and the uncertainty of things. Like it was exciting.
Mm-hmm.
That was the last time we recorded at your house.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
That was the last time we were together, because they weren't telling really people to stay away from each other. They were just saying like small groups. Like if
Yes,
you're going to be,
it was my
be
birthday.
In small groups. Right.
Yeah. Oh
So
yeah.
I
It
went
was
to your
your
house
birthday.
Saturday night.
Yeah. Because at that point it was stay near, like don't get near each other, but small groups of 10 or less.
Right.
Yeah.
They hadn't
then,
locked us down. I was still going to work.
Right. And then
Yeah,
right
yeah.
after that, they were like, right after Brooke's birthday, when she came over to our house, they were like, no more. And that was the last time Brooke and I saw each other.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the longest I think we've gone.
In a while.
Yeah.
I mean, probably since I lived in Bangor again.
Yeah.
Wow.
But anyway, so
we spent like the next couple days just like going back and forth on like the matchups and like, do we really think that this song is strong enough to go against this song? It was like it was a lot went into it. And
it was very well done. Very
awesome.
well done. A lot of them I was
so
like,
good.
I can't choose between
there
these
were some
two.
tough choices.
Yes.
It's so hard. Like, how do you pick? And it's like, what factor do you use to decide? Like, is it live performances? Is it a memory you have? Is it like the songs you like to listen to when you're in the car? Like, how do you pick?
And then I had to do 2 brackets, because I had to do one bracket where it was like who I thought was going to win, because that's how you do like March Madness.
Yeah.
And then I had to do one like, this is my bracket. Like, this is my personal bracket. This is from the heart bracket.
Yeah.
That's the only kind I did. This is from the heart bracket.
Yeah.
This is who I want to win.
Well, it was the sports gambler and Jill and I, okay? That's so
yes. And you know, it was just so cool to see like people embrace it and get excited about it.
So
and
awesome.
Then it was and like the new kids, they didn't have to like include me in the whole process. So like it was just really, it was very sweet how they kept me involved. And like, you know, I was texting with Donnie Wahlberg.
So crazy.
That's
so
amazing.
Crazy. NBD.
It's insane. Like it was surreal. And then when he and Joe did the whole like live that night where they went back and forth on it, I'm like, this is just surreal.
Let's just talk about this for one moment.
Yes.
Because Joe was talking about you.
I know.
And I texted you. I was like, Joe, could you hear the affliction in my voice? Joe!
I could.
He's talking about you.
It's so crazy. And he's like, oh yeah, I watched you talk to that girl on the phone.
And I was just like, oh my God.
He watched my video with me and
yes.
Yeah. I mean, so like, again, it was just really cool to like see everybody get excited about it and, you know, like see everybody's like the debates about it. Cause like when I originally had the idea, that's what I thought was the fun part is like just hearing people talk about like, oh no, I like this song over this song. And like what like Cinderella song would make it far. Right. Like, so being like the long shot song that actually makes it far. So it was really cool to watch it all happen.
And I love that it was Block Party.
Yes.
And Please Don't Go Girl. And
yes,
because those were my top. Those made it to my bracket, my last 2.
They were nowhere near the top on mine.
Really?
Really.
I Close to You is like my all-time favorite song, and that was in the same bracket as Please Don't Go Girl, so Please Don't Go Girl lost out to that for me. But yeah.
Toasties was like Brody's.
That's amazing.
I'm like, of course it was Brody. He's like, Toasties is the best. After he heard it, he's like, I love this jam. This is great. Toasties all the way.
That's funny. So yeah, like it was cool to like go through that whole week and see it all happen. And then like I kind of figured, okay, that was so fun. Yeah. It's done. And then I remember I was working and I got another text and it was from Johnny again. And he's like, I want to do a list of events, like of moments in the new kid's career, like of what would be the best moments. And I was like, oh my gosh. And he sent a list and he's like, do you think you can get it to 64? And I was like, I will try. So like, try to make a list to get it
like,
to
excuse me, work, you events. Need to pause. Like, yeah, I cannot work anymore.
Pretty much, yeah. And like, thankfully my work is aware of my New Kids fandom, so they like, you know, were equally excited for me.
Yes.
And like, I work in marketing and my boss is like, are you gonna quit your job? And I was like, no. That's
if Donnie Wahlberg asked me to work for him though, I'm really sorry.
No promises if Donnie Wahlberg asks me to work for him.
Exactly. So like we came up with this list of 64 moments in their career, and like Donnie had probably 40 when he sent it over to me. So it was like coming up with more. And then we went around in circles trying to like hone that list. And then he was like, can you help find videos for each of these moments? And like, I don't know if you guys know this about me, but like watching New Kids videos on YouTube is like my second favorite thing to do. Right? Like, I've spent my fair share of time watching New Kids videos. I was like, I can totally do this.
That's awesome.
Like I've been training for this.
I've been training for this my whole life. This is your moment, Jill. This is your moment.
That's what it felt like. So then we compiled the list of YouTube videos, and I loved how they did it the second go round with like including the videos with each poll, like so people could just relive the moments. And I saw a lot of people post that like my list before I watched the videos and then my list after I watched the YouTube
that's
videos.
What I should have done
changed.
Because it changes. Yes.
Oh yeah. So yeah, it's surreal. It is just all very surreal.
Yeah.
And like
so crazy.
The thing that like at the end of all of this, like in 10 years from now, when we're all thinking about the quarantine, thankfully I have been like relatively like unaffected by this. Like I'm super fortunate, right? Like I have a job that I'm able to work from home. I don't know anybody who's been sick. Like I am so blessed in that respect. But like in 10 years from now, when I look back about this, all I'm going to think about is the New Kids on the Block, right? Like between the brackets and the crews, like they have made this so much. I mean, it's still difficult to go through, right? But they have made this so much, like
it's easier. It's just easier to live day by day.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, and I don't know if you feel this way too, but I feel like every week it's something else that comes out that makes things, and I'm not holding them to that regard. Like, I'm not holding them to that. But every week I feel like I get a little release from New Kids.
Yeah. Exactly.
Whether it's the new song or the cruise or, you know, the bracket challenge or when Donnie came on the podcast, like it was like one thing after another that when I think back, same thing, Jill, I'll think of spending time with my family because I haven't ever spent this much time with my kids and it's been awesome.
Yeah.
And also the New Kids on the Block, which that goes to say something for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like,
We have a fandom like no other.
Absolutely.
We're very lucky.
And they're so giving, and you know, to give their time and their energy to try to give us all a little bit of relief is just how lucky are we?
Right. Exactly. So freaking lucky.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Yes. Very cool.
Oh my gosh, Jill, this has been awesome. This is just
Thank
what
you
I
so
needed
much.
too. This is my week fill right here.
Oh, that's awesome. Me too. Thank you so much for having me on.
Yes, we are new kid centric, as you guys probably have already determined. Since we block party. But
if you didn't already know.
But here's the thing, guys. Like, we've heard you loud and clear. You've told us you love special guests, and this is the best opportunity right now during quarantine for us to get special guests. So
right.
This is we're so thankful to have Jill come on and tell her story. Thank you, Jill. We appreciate
Thank you,
so
girls.
much.
Thank you so much.
What did he say, my Jilly? Did he?
Oh,
did he call you my Jilly?
He said, "My Jill."
My Jill. That's where was that?
It was on the Zoom with Lindsay.
Yes. Oh, that's right. That's right. My Jill. And I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. Yes.
I have definitely squealed quite a few times throughout this whole process.
Yes. Oh my gosh. So, all right. Well, thank you so much. And we appreciate you. And you'll have to come back on another time and we'll just talk cruise.
That sounds awesome.
Yes, absolutely. That would be amazing.
Talk to cruise. Like, that's what we're
going to do. That'd be amazing.
Well, we need another cruise episode. So,
okay.
Yeah, we need to relive
Well, thank you, girls, for letting me share my story.
Yes.
It was a lot of fun.
Well, thanks for sharing. Thanks for coming on.
On.
We love you too very much. I can't wait to see you again.
I know.
One day.
It's going to be epic.
Be soon. Hopefully everything will just be like all clear for September. That's what I just hope. Somehow, some way, everything's all clear.
I keep putting that out into the universe and hoping that's what happens.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Well, thanks again.
Thanks,
ladies.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
So that was an awesome episode.
That was an amazing episode. Jill is amazing.
She's 1 in a million. Like,
she really is.
Yeah.
And you can go on our website, see pictures, videos, all the above.
Yes.
You know where to find us, mysocalledwhatever.com.
Right. And come join the Facebook group because that's where we're posting the Zoom things. So
right, if you want to be on our Zooms,
we definitely don't want to post it on Twitter because here's the thing: we post on Twitter, then we get people that come in that we don't want that show.
We get
stuff.
We get bloma balls.
Yeah,
that's what we get.
Oh crap! So yeah, and we have some messages this week, so you need to stay tuned and listen to them.
And call us.
Did you notice I put them in the last episode?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. You didn't even have to remind me. I did it automatically.
I know. I was so proud.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. So give us a call. Leave us a message. It's 857-271-1047. Once again, it's 857-271-1047. Call. Leave us a message. Tell us how you're feeling. Tell us your favorite New Kids song. Tell us why it's your favorite New Kids song. Do it. We're New Kid centric.
We are New Kid centric, but we also like anything 80s and 90s.
We do.
And we have an NSYNC episode coming up. So if you have any little NSYNC anecdotes you want to leave a message about, then that would be great.
Or if you have an NSYNC story you'd like to send it in and we'll read it on our NSYNC episode. So
mysocalledwhatever@gmail.com.
It might be a long one, but that's okay. It might be a long episode, but that's okay.
It might be a 2-parter.
Maybe. Hey, I'd love me a 2-part NSYNC episode. I'm just saying.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So send us your stories, guys. Send us your stories. Yay. And we'll be loving you forever.
We should say it at the end of every episode now.
I have said it?
No, we should.
We should say, I'll be loving you forever. Like that?
We'll be loving you forever.
We'll be loving you forever.
You can sing it. I will just say it. Okay. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Hello. No one is available to take your call. Please leave a message after the tone.
Hey, Brooke and Nikki. It's Lori from Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. Lori75 Latham on all of the socials because I'm totally, smart about making up handles. not really. Anyways, it's Monday, April the 27th, and we should all be stumbling off the boat and heading for a nap somewhere in South Beach, or heading to the airport to head home off of New Kids Cruise 2020. Sadly, that didn't happen, but oh my goodness, virtual cruise weekend was amazing. All the Joey girls say it with me, still recovering from that Joey solo show, because damn, Joseph. Anyways, I am so sad that I didn't get to hang out with everybody and celebrate life on the boat in person, but the new kids really did an amazing job of taking a weekend where we all had to be alone and making sure that none of us had to feel lonely. There was so much connection. There was so much love. There was so much lack of sleep. It was amazing. I just can't even believe that they did it. I had no idea what it was going to be. It was amazing. Anyways, every time I listen to the podcast, you guys say send stories. I have promised Nikki, and I am trying to scribble out stories, but somehow they just don't translate into the written word and sound very exciting like they do in my brain when I think about them. So I'll try. I'm working on it, I promise. Maybe I can just send you guys like 10,000 pictures and you can just make up your own story. How about that? I could do that. Anyways, I'm working on it. Keep on being amazing people. Thank you so much for the podcast, for the people in your community, on the Facebook page, the Zoom meetings, the Twitter, everything. I love you guys. You make my Mondays better. And I needed to hear your voices this morning because I'm having some post-cruise depression, and you guys made me smile. I love you. Be awesome. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
End of messages.
Files done.